everybody, my name is Toongal90 and welcome back to another episode. Today, we're finishing off Season 1 of The Last Door. We're on to Episode 4. I'm excited, and things have been going not so great. At least for Divot, anyway. In a weird, bizarre twist, I suppose, I guess Divot is actually more of the influencer and not the victim in this case. Because according to the last episode, if you will, he basically found the group that worships this creature that's been hunting us and drove our friend Anthony into insanity so far that he committed suicide. There's apparently a cult that worships this thing, and we may have joined it, possibly not. And we know our doctor, whose name Wakefield, got it. Our Dr. Wakefield is going to be joining us as far as possibly trying to figure out what's going on. But I don't really know who we're playing this episode. I want to say there's going to be one more playing as Divot, but I'm not really sure. Because, I mean, as far as I can tell, Divot decided to join this cult, so he's kind of done. But, you know, I guess the best thing to do is just to, I don't know, look. Alright, episode 4 is Ancient Shadows. Here we go. There we go. Jeez, it didn't go the first time. Previously on The Last Door. After escaping from his burial, Divot finds himself in a cellar of London's darkest slums, the old nickel rookery. Blah. In his pocket, he has a ticket for a show called The Four Witnesses. Divot walks through the misty streets following a strange man who seems to guide him. He learns the legend of Simurgh, the king of birds. Following his trail through the dreamlike land of fog, Divot finally meets Alexander, the member of the secret group Divot and his friends had at school. So, I guess it's just an expansion of the group they had. Again, that was my shoulder popping. Did I pick up on the audio? Jesus. I'm fine if it did. That was really loud, but actually I feel a hell of a lot better. So I'm guessing, so they made the group, it grew larger over time because the person we met, the blonde-haired guy, Alexander, he was a friend of ours at the boarding school that Divot seems to have fascinatingly forgotten about. I guess Alexander just built it. So Divot doesn't remember. Alexander built the group up more, and Anthony committed suicide. There's still one more person we're missing. Because according to Father Ernest, who's the person who was also witness of us finding out about this creature, but does not count as the original four witness because of whatever fucking reason, there's 4 of us. There were 4 of us in the group, so we're still missing someone. Alexander welcomes Divot and speaks of an entity called the Bird that has been calling them ever since the experiment they conducted back then. And yeah, it's weird. There's no turning back. That's not comforting. I have made my mind. Not made up my mind, I've made my mind. I'm ready. How are you? Boop. Go on, do it. Uh-oh. Do it! Bah! Do it! So he's crossed over to the dark side. I knew it would come to this. Not really. Can you see all those twinkling stars twinkling in the black outer abyss? All the constellations traced by human eyes is a long-distance era. Hello. You fucking corrupted Jeremiah, you son of a bitch. Look down at the forest in the valley to the old tower. From the last tree in the distance to the stars in the sky. Apparently my own sky has something to say. And even the stones beneath our feet are just silhouettes that hide the truth from our poor senses. Ancient shadows that hang over the veil that hides the world, as if it were the curtain of a theater. The veil separates the truth from the lie. Duh, now we're on stage. What the hell? The veil is a place of mists. Anthony's great ability brought you here, but his influence will soon fade away. The mask of lies will descend over your eyes once again. Blah. You must find the door, as I did. No, I don't like this. The door that gives passage through the veil. Don't like this. Nope. Nope. Open it and we will walk together beyond the mist. Why? Why do we want this? Hello? Oh. Okay. Suppose you're wondering why I called you so urgently. I cannot deny it, your letter was truly mysterious. I've been traveling, Doctor, to Scotland. Have you heard of the massacre of St. Gall? Why, yes, the tragic event has been the continued object of speculation and grim rumor, even in every newspaper in England. For weeks now, pamphlets have claimed that all kinds of macabre things took place. But I don't understand. How is all this connected with my patient? He was there. I'm afraid he is one of the victims. No, Jeremiah is still very much alive. Dear God! Are you telling me, okay, well, let's go with this one first. Are you telling me my patient has been murdered? Murdered? Thankfully, no. Please excuse me for alarming you. I did not mean to give that impression. God damn it, dude. Word your sentence is better. Herr de Witt was attacked but survived. Wait, St. Gall, was that the... That was the boarding school that's no longer a boarding school that became a hospital. We were attacked because of fucking Baldwin. So I'm guessing someone uncovered it after de Witt was forced into the ground and then moved to London. That still makes no sense how that happened. What happened to him then? It seems the criminal was caught by Herr de Witt in the midst of an act. Then he tried to do the same thing to de Witt that he had done to the others. Fortunately, the nuns arrived in time to unearth him from the coffin. Herr de Witt was hospitalized. No, I ended up in London. The nurse report that he remained unconscious for an entire day. So, I guess the sisters weren't aware of what was going on, which is interesting. You'd think they'd pay better attention, but what do I know? They weren't aware. Father went fucking insane, was doing his own things. I'm thinking to either try and forget everything and fix the situation, or just to make it possibly fucking worse. They did say that he was worshipping the bird, so maybe he was just trying to move it along. Either way, they got him out, and how did I still fucking end up in London? What was de Witt doing there? Many years ago, the St. Gall Hospital was a boarding school. It appears that both your patient and Mr. Beechworth spent a part of their youth together there. We can assume that Herr de Witt was investigating something. He believed he had found a clue related to his friend's death. Oh, so the father burned alive. I mean, semantics, really. What was the cause of these awful deaths? No one knows for sure. The victims were inflicted with the terrible wounds. All of them had an expression of utmost terror on their faces. I suspect he did not find Mr. de Witt at the hospital. Indeed, he was already gone by the time I arrived. I had not been able to determine his whereabouts since. I'm dead. London! I know this, why don't you? I'm you now, right? No. I see. What conclusions do you draw from all these circumstances? I have some theories, but I prefer not to reveal them until the events have unfolded. In all of them, there is a fundamental element whose role has not yet been revealed. And what leads you to this conclusion? And it is something to do with the Holy Sisters found beside Herr de Witt within the coffin. An empty, hypodermic needle with traces of an unknown substance. What? Episode 4, Ancient Shadows. I'm sure this is the place. Alexander's house must be just ahead. I guess I'm playing as de Witt again. I thought I was done with him. He made his choice. He made the bed, now he has to lay in it. But here I am again. Here I am again on my own. Sorry. No one's answered. Perhaps I should go inside anyway. I'll just tell the household that I'm an old friend come to visit. Technically, that's true. I'm not joking. I thought I was done with David. I'm confused. Footsteps. There must be someone upstairs. Do I go upstairs then? Hello, people? Alexander? Alexander! What was with this camera ship? What the hell was that? Alexander, it's me, David. I'm sorry if I startled you. Why are you sitting in a wheelchair? Is everything alright? Why are you sitting in a wheelchair? Are you hurt maybe? Can you stand? You're staring blankly at some distant point as if he has not heard my question at all. What's going on? You told me I should come here, and I came here as soon as I could. Can you tell me what is happening here? He gives no answer, but persistently stares at something nearby. He appears to be in some kind of hypnotic trance. When I was downstairs, I could have sworn I heard footsteps. Were they yours, or is there someone else in this house? For a moment, I felt a flash of hope that he was looking at me, but he is unresponsive. Alexander, please say something. I don't know what to do. I don't understand. What happened to him? Wait, this is the guy that we saw at the thing with the... What? How is he not responsive? He was talking to us at the beginning of this freaking episode. The cuckoo clock is covered with dust. It seems to be missing an important piece, the bird. Oh, what? The face of the clock has been turned. What is that? Okay, well, I don't know what that means. There's a scribbled annotation on this piece of paper. The veil is something we sense in our innermost, but incessantly. In vain do we waste our lives craving to tear through. It's, oh god. Zealitha? The curtain behind which the great wings beat. Inside its ancient mist inhabits the shadow of those who left. Okay, well... something's going on here. I mean, obviously. Portrait of an old man, maybe a ship captain. It looks like he's trying to guard this chest with a stern glare. Well, fuck you, man. I'm gonna look inside your chest. It's a huge chest made of oak wood. Haha. There's a large iron hook inside. It's fucking mine now. I'll take this hook. There's a fragment of diary underneath the hook. August 5th, 1887. I can't work in the basement anymore. Those wretched sculptures, I feel them stalking me in the darkness. I know it's not possible, but I can still hear the crunches, the flapping wings, the stone grinding on stone. The frozen paroxysms, sure, the diabolical art were those gestures conceived. Internal movement and tension, an impossible struggle to get back the life they never had. I might place them outside in the greenhouse and let the mold devour them, and wasp makes nests in their hollow hearts. That's a bit intense. What's in here? Don't anyone fuck with me, I got a hook. Oh, it's a black room. No, red room? Black room. What is the room that does the photography stuff? I can't remember. Camera tripod. Looks like some kind of red tinted glass covered used to mask the lamp. It's completely shattered on the floor. Who the fuck shattered that? What the fuck is that picture? The lamp is hanging from the ceiling. The bulb casts an intense white light. Okay. Pictures hanging from a cord that look as if they were improperly developed, like you can hardly distinguish anything. The image of a couple wearing rat masks at a festival. What festival is that? A jar contains a yellow substance. The label reads cyanide. Can I take that? I have a bottle of cyanide. Suck it. It's a big book of home chemistry recipes. A few pages have been bookmarked and some articles are underlined. 3149 Collodin for photography. Oh. Wait, no, what is that? Collodion? Is the vehicle by which the photographic chemicals are united upon the surface of the glass and sensitive coating produce. Many Formula are published for this article to which great value is attached, some supposing that to this particular composition belongs the principal cause of failure or success. This is only a degree true. 3151. To develop a positive image. This is done by pouring upon the plate about 1 ounce of the vitriol spirit solution, only then adding 5 or 6 drops of the cyanide acid. Then the plate must be thoroughly washed in water to remove any excess of chemicals. 3150. The causes of failure. That would almost require a chapter by themselves. Long experience convinces us that 9 out of every 10 failures occur from a want of care, the presence of dirt, neglect. One cannot be over nice, careful, or cleanly. The best result always rewarding the most painstaking. If a mistake is made in order to specify the formula, quickly flow cleaning water over the plaque and start again. That's intense. An instrument whose workings are beyond my knowledge. That's me in my everyday life. Wait, is there something I can take? Wait, what? What is this? Oh, it's a sink. Well, answer my question. I found a sink, guys. Are you proud? I hope so. What's this? Hello? But I hope no one comes in and just starts yelling at me for just being here. A bus with his face turned around. Why is that? A large envelope of black felt covered in dust and ashes. It's labeled with a warning. Do not open it under white light. So I gotta get the black room, the red room. I gotta get the photographic room back in order. I can't talk. What else is new? The shelf is lined with strange and complex books. Some titles include The Moments of Shadows, Preserving the Mind, and Lessons Beyond Nature. This guy was into some weird stuff. This seems an invoice. May the document serve as record of the payment made corresponding to the following work. A cuckoo clock mechanism has been modified to give strokes exclusively at 6:15 in the afternoon. In addition, a specific device and a switch has been added to synchronize all clocks in the house. Why? It's a letter. Dear Alexander, I have excellent news. A contract from the university has given me access to a 20th century alchemy tome containing an amazing formula. There's no doubt that sometimes mere contemplation takes the mind to places that otherwise it would have never visited. Leafing through the grimoire and marveling at the exquisite illuminations of its pages, I have been struck by a sudden epitome. Yes, a radical but elegant method I have decided to try. Forgive me for not providing any information about this method itself. As soon as I get definitive results, I will write to you immediately. I believe the formula has truly smiled upon us. That's saying again, June 8th, 1887, and there's no name. Picture of an angel with a gentle face. Why is every woman called an angel in this? This is weird. Okay, so I have really nothing to show for myself right now. Nope, he is still by himself. Let's go in here. Seriously, where is everyone? A couple of old teacups on the table. One of them is full and still warm. So someone is still here, yes? Door. Where am I? Where am I? An oil lamp. Can I take it? Thank you. Okay, that's where I came from. That's the door. What is this? Hello? The diary. This is the last thing written. The last pages have been ripped off. October 12th, 1887. It's been a while since I can't devote any time to this diary for reasons beyond my control. An event most tragic has taken place in this house. Mr. Dupree has gotten ill, immersed in an everlasting stupor from which it seems he shall not return anytime soon. Since the accident, I patiently take care of him. The doctor's treatments don't seem to do any good. I feed him like a child and make sure that all of the sculptures in the house are turned towards the wall. What else can I do? October 13th, same year. The clockmaster just left. He has done such a good job. In the end, Mr. Dupree is not going to be able to notice the change in the clocks that he has so intensely requested. In his state, time will not be a problem anymore. This looks like the diary of a member of Alexander's household. What happened to them? pantry with spices and ingredients. Well, my question is Dupree Alexander? I don't remember if he said his last name in the last episode. But if it's the same person, why is he in this state? The cellar door is locked. I need a key to open it. Okay. That just wants to lead to the front. I don't need to go there right now. Hello, what is this? An ancient stone well. A rope hangs inside, disappearing into the darkness below. I'll take it. I think. The rope is broken. I'll keep this end. Well, hope whatever's at the other end I didn't need. It'll change anything. Looks like someone was buried here. I can't dig with my bare hands. Thank you for the flashback. I didn't really need it, but... okay. So I was get... wait, no, no. No, no, no. No. That's not possible. I woke up in London. I was never freed from the coffin in the... what? Oh. Grandfather clock, but it seems to be out of order. One of the hands is missing. Good to know, I guess. Oh, I wonder. Not the cyanide, the hook. There we go. Okay. Can I go? Because I bet you anything I need to go down here, don't I? What I get? Within the mud and dirt inside the bucket, there's a small bird of brass. Oh, there goes the cuckoo clock. Strangely enough, there doesn't seem to be any water in the well. That's unfortunate. Just go. God. No, go in. God. Jesus. I just want to go back inside and go up here and put the cuckoo back in the thingy. Are you still not talking to me? He looks miles away. This makes no sense. Okay, so we have DeVitt's side of the story, which is we woke up in a coffin in London and found Alexander with the cult of this bird thing. And then the other side is we were found in the casket by the nuns. Baldwin was exposed. The whole thing was exposed. I left of my own volition. And this is Alexander that I'm meeting for the first time? I don't know. I'm acting like I know him. Well, the brass bird, when shaken, it makes a noise that there's something inside. Well, maybe I gotta put him back. Maybe not. The bird fits perfectly. Okay, I can't turn it. But it did say that the clock, one of the clocks is like, counts for all of them. So like when one of them chimes, they all do. Oh. Ah. Oh, that was such a bad idea. Oh no. Light bulb. Okay, gotta make it red somehow. Ugh. No, I don't like this. Nope. Nope. I'm so mad I did that. Mad and sad. I'm both. I'm both things. Why does the music stop when I go out here? I don't understand. Hello. There's a large iron bar latching the door. It's quite odd that the door was latched from the outside. Do I want to go in? Nope. I heard something moving. Why did I do that? Why did I open that door? Oh god. Oh fuck. Why am I here now? Hello, Al. Ooh. Do you see who did this, Al? What happened? The corpse of a deer, its abdomen torn open, and looks recently dead. Well. Oh, I did not need those sound effects in my ear. Thank you. The bulb is now grossly covered in blood. But it's red, so yay. Oh my god. Okay, gonna be brave. I'm gonna go in here. This plane looks as if it's been broken from the inside. Okay. A jar of vitriol oil. I must be careful. It's powerful acid. Okay, I have it now. Okay, well, a statue of an angel covered in mold. It's glancing at me with a sad gesture. A statue of an angel with its wings spreading. Its head is missing. Oh, Jesus. Ugh. Ugh. This is all sorts of uncomfortable. Don't like this. Okay. I think I have everything I need to do the envelope thing. Let's just go see, shall we? Okay. So, okay, I don't need to look at that. Oh. The image just faded out. No, that's not what happened. Those people are gone. Oh boy. Okay. Can I open it? Oh god. Oh shit. What was the fucking recipe again? I'm gonna have to look this up actually. It has caused a strong acidic reaction. I have applied liquids in the correct order. All that remains is to rinse the plate. Okay. An image has appeared on the plate. It's a photograph of Anthony and Alexander. Hi! What? No! Hello! No, go away! What the fuck? Hi! What? Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not like that bulb? The image is back in the frame. Fucking Christ. Why? Just... Oh, God. Fuck this room. I should have thrown acid on them. That would have been the sort of thing to do. Why? Okay. Maybe I should list Alexander. Hey. Alexander, do you recognize this photograph? Take a look. It's you and our old friend Anthony. And there's someone else blurred in the background. Who's that third figure? Does he mean something to you? The bird awaits. A piece of clockwork in a hand. The bird awaits. Okay, well he's just gonna bob his head and say that over and over again. He's good. He's good. It's fine. What is this? Put the clock hand in place. I only need to set the clock to the correct time. Oh fuck, what was it? Like... It's like 6 after? Or 15 after 6? Something like that? I just passed. Fuck. Well... Ah! Oh, what? The bird burst out of the stroke. Now its beak is open. He's having some kind of seizure. He's trembling out of pure horror. Should I help him? What do I do? There's a key inside the bird. What the fuck? What? Do I help him, buddy? I'm sorry. Okay. Where was something that was locked? I don't remember. I don't remember seeing something that was locked. Oh, the cellar, that's right. Those little fucking crows, how are they all down there? Oh, God. Mold and dust covered the portrait, making the subject indistinguishable. This piece of fine furniture has several drawers. Inside one of them is a gardener's shovel. I'll take that, I guess. There are remains of a Roman mausoleum behind this wall. I can't distinguish anything clearly. Oh boy. An ancient statue in poor conditions. Oh god. Old ruins, it seems, as that they were part of the Roman settlement. What does that have to do with anything? Hello, doorway. What the f- Where am I? A book written in a language unknown to me. There is a scroll annotation written in English in one of the margins. This no other is the function of the serum we manufactured at the boarding school when we were young. It is something that we didn't understand at the time, to accompany the mind to the proscenium of the big theater, and there help us to look behind the curtain that separates the world of men from the land of truth. To look, I say, if anything, to apprehend the image of what lives there, just that. Will the Hopo allow us to raise the curtain enough to walk off the stage and go beyond? A huge case full of leftovers and dirt. Animals have been captive here. Oh my god, what is happening? So we made basically a drug to trip out and see beyond the veil. Good. Innumerable jars full of murky objects suspended in formaldehyde. Jars and test tubes, everything is soaked in chemical residue and the air is filled with the smell of vinegar. Someone hasn't been using this place properly. It's terrible. A bunch of dust-covered light beakers with repulsive liquids. A few of them have developed fungi inside. Oh boy. Unlabeled bottles and lab equipment. Oh my god. Alright, I have the freaking shovel. Let's go see what's buried in the coffin. Or in the graveyard. The patch of land that's been disturbed. I don't know the proper term right now. Oh, Jesus. And the music stopped. Kinda wish it hadn't, but it stopped. And we gotta deal with that now. That's how someone digs. Is that a flashback? Lock is very rusted, almost shattered. Cyanide? Okay. There we go. Oh, wait. Yeah, I know, Baldwin buried me. Well, I wasn't ready for that. The remains of a humanoid body with a grotesque animal aspect. Maybe a small ape. It has a collar with some engraving words on it. Old Mike. Skeletal fingers of the creature are clutching a rolled up canvas. Can I have that? Thank you. It's a map of stars. Okay. Behind the corpse there is a paper leaflet. Dear Alexander, undoubtedly your methods are definitely stronger than mine. How did you manage to get results with such accuracy? Another note, my infamy. Oh god, I can't read. My epitome with these. Oh my god, what are these words? My epitome with the treatise of alchemy was not accidental. While examining the text closer, I have come to the conclusion that for a time, Romutus Lilly sought the same thing as we. Who the fuck is Lilly? Who? In his account, he's described a formula that he calls Hopo. Yes, it's a legendary bird. I thought that was Ho. Pokemon! I played it as a kid. It closely resembles the serum from which we have worked so far, except for minor differences. It's a pity what you tell me about old Mike. I hope he gets better soon. Wait, this is old Mike. So, what? Oh boy. Some kind of navigation map, several constellations are marked. What does this do for me? Oh boy, did I see any Oh god, that sounded like Alexander. I'm sure he's fine. Right? Oh god, the music picked up. Alexander? What? Did he leave? Okay, what? Hi? What the fuck is happening? Some diary pages in the wheelchair. The paper is ripped apart as if someone has stripped it off the book hastily. October 31st, 1891. I'm writing this in the light of my desk lamp, hoping to be able to remember all of when the birds finally sing and the sun dispels... Oh, the sun's blessing dispels the dark shadows of the mind. During the whole afternoon, a strong wind hit the valley, so strong that it has cracked the large branch of the old oak in the garden. I find it hard to get sleep during these nights, so I read a lot while accompanying the professor. I don't really know exactly when exactly I fell asleep. I was awakened by the chill of the night, which was seeping through the open window. I looked outside and saw him. The professor was miraculously awake. It was my joy to see him standing on the balcony, watching the valley with a true serene expression, enjoying the fresh and calm air right after the storm. I felt that a blessing had fallen upon this house, and for a moment I felt immensely happy. I stared at him for a while without saying anything, being afraid of the spell of vision I hadn't believed possible for a long time. And then in the midst of the silence, I hear a sound that froze me to my seat and snatched all my calmness with such a terrible chill that I will never forget. A loud noise beside me, a low-pitched as the drag of a slab. Mr. Alexander's snore, who was pleasantly sleeping in his bed. I've already made a decision. I'll leave this place. What? Wait! We were here! A statue, it's holding something. It's a lens mounted in a metal ring. What the fuck? What? Starlight brings some brightness to the forest. What the hell? Where'd he go? Okay. Can I close those? You know what? Fuck it. I don't want to be in here. Wait, okay, so... What? I was gonna say something, but never mind. It's inconsequential. What was that? It was a murmur of something. Oh, it's open. That's not good. There's a dark hole in the center of the room. It delves into the depths of the earth far beyond what I can see. There's a mountain of compact snow. Oh, what? I don't think that's the triangle I'm looking for. Oh, the chart, that star chart, right? The crystal fits perfectly into the telescope. Haha. What is this? A wooden secretary desk, beautifully carved. The flip top has no knob or lock, just some strange symbol. That looks normal. Okay, let's look at this. Oh boy. So I'm going for the summer triangle. Can I... Oh. Ah! Correct, this is the summer triangle. Okay. Sweet. What the fuck did that do? Well, what did that do? Okay. Okay. That's the symbols that are going to be on the desk. Okay, so it's... okay. I think I can remember that. I doubt it, but we're going to try. Ha! There's a small cabinet with 2 slots for syringes. Only one of them remains. The voice again, it comes from the bottom of the pit. I'm gonna climb down. I'm gonna climb down. Alexander! Buddy? What you doing here? Alexander! Wait, this is the room that opened this episode. A variety of cylindrical instruments and some jars with chemicals in them. The chair in the middle of the room. What the fuck? Buddy, say something. This is weird. Do you know what this is? Is this what you're asking me to search for? Is it not, Alexander? Am I right? The last door. The last door. We can cross together. What should I do? I am waiting for you here in the mist. It's nearby. I can hear it. What is nearby? What do you hear? I hear the beating of its wings, and it knows we're afraid. I'm ready. Ready for what? Sit down. What? Oh, this is the beginning sequence. Wait, so he was just joking? That he was in the wheelchair? Ow, my neck. Oh no. Oh god. What did I just do? Do you think that we will find any clues here about David's whereabouts? Oh, this place looks familiar. The police must have taken almost everything, but we have no other leads to pursue. Hopefully they have overlooked something. What about this room? Do I know that room? There's a sealed letter between the table and the wall. It looks like Harry Beechworth never sent it. I think it's best that you read it. Dearest Alexander, please, you must reflect on this. We do not yet know what we are dealing with. If you were to open the door, it may stay that way. An open way for whatever lives on the other side. Oh, I fucked up, didn't I? I mean, I already knew I was going to be doomed from the beginning, but shit! Oh. Is there more? Oh, I'm in the veil. Oh no. I'm in the fog. I'm kind of just casually strolling on about this. This is fine. This is normal, right? Oh, hi. Alexander, how's it going, buddy? When the fuck did you change clothes? What the fuck was that? Oh, God. Oh. Okay, so... I don't understand. It's a weird mix between something that is and is not happening. Because I'm pretty sure at the ending of the last episode we talked to Alexander, but that in the beginning was the end. So this entire thing was us just getting to actually know Alexander. It's Weird. So we've crossed the veil. We're seeing the creature, whatever it is, for whatever fucking reason. And now we have the obvious threat or warning from Anthony, basically saying, if we open the door, it's going to be open for whatever's on the other side. And that's not good. If everyone's terrified of this thing, that's not good. But now it's the weird mix between, is what happened to DeVitt actually what happened to him, or was he actually found out by the nuns and everything that happened in London was just like this hallucinogenic thing? Is that possible? Because, okay, I had an idea. Just had an epiphany. The word I could read but I could not pronounce. I had an epiphany. So, Father Ernest was, I think, trying to recreate the experiment that we did when it was the four of us when we were younger at the boarding school. And he used patients from the hospital to do that. And Baldwin was his right-hand man to help carry out these things, since obviously the father was not exactly in the best physical and mental state to carry these things out. So I think Baldwin attacked us, but when he attacked us, he maybe gave us that serum, or he gave us something to see beyond the veil, in essence, quote-unquote, beyond the veil, so we could go talk to Alexander without actually talking to him. And when we see him in this chapter, that's us physically meeting him for the first time. We met him the first time in the third chapter. That was us seeing and meeting him mentally. Like, we were in that section where the veil was. And then now it's like we actually went to go see him. We had just left the hospital. We went to find Alexander, and we took the proper injection and we crossed over. And Alexander has been there the entire time, because Alexander was not really there mentally when we saw him in the wheelchair. He can move around and everything. And he made it kind of clear, especially near the end, when he basically says, "Come join me." He's there physically in this world, but mentally he's in the other world. That's interesting. Okay, this is extras. Let's see what this does. Hello. Oh. Extras the morgue. Hello? Oh my goodness. I never remember playing this. Here I had the police and medical report. The latter is still blank. According to the police, the deceased name is Father Ernest Glynn. Did I call him Edgar? I think I didn't. I think I didn't mean to. The man immolated himself. He fucking set himself on fire. That's all you need to know. There must be something wrong with the water pressure valve. An anatomical model built of actual human bones. That's disturbing. Scalpel, pincers, scissors. Okay. What am I? Oh. We'll see if the police report is right. Good lord, what a mess. It's so many pixels. Do I just need to look at him? The skin is all scorched. Cause of death is probably shock caused by the sun burns. Oh, so he was, well, I mean, he was burned alive, but it was more like a heart attack than anything. How a way of passing what could lead a man of God to commit such an act? We saw a fucking bird on the other side of a veil. What do you expect? All that remains is to follow medical reports so he can receive the proper treatment for a fine gentleman deserves. I don't really think he does. Oh, I'm done. I picked all those up for nothing. Out. This case still puzzles me. If he wanted to commit suicide, why did he do it in such a painful manner? Was he drugged or intoxicated? I should check his stomach for signs of poisoning. Okay, I can use the scalpel on him now. Okay, there we go. I don't want the sound. Alright, the stomach looks fine on the outside. Now I should cut it open to check the contents. Snip, snip here, snip, snip there. Oh, I guess we're going back to the scalpel. Ah, God. Ugh. Ugh. What is this? There's something strange in here. It looks like a piece of paper. You swallowed a piece of paper? Need something to keep the stomach open while I extract the thing. No. Pincer? Okay, thinking more printer was like a clip and not an open thingy. I know my terminology. It is a note. Ernest Glenn. What the fuck? A crumpled note with 4 names. One of them is crossed out. I think I should inform the inspector immediately. Ernest Glenn, Jeremiah DeVitt, Alexander D, Hugo, what is that last name? What was the fucking I? What the hell? So was number 4 the 4th witness? Is he already dead? Death sentence. Francis Baldwin. Oh boy. After being certified of your guilty by a peer jury, that was hard to say for whatever reason, we find you guilty of wicked and violent murders of 14 innocent and sick people. Because of the sentence, I hereby authorize to execute you at this very moment by hanging to death in the sight of God. Would you like to make a final statement before you proceed? Why will you say that I'm mad? Oh, good. You should have seen how mercifully I proceeded, but with love. I saved them, I released them, now they are in a better place. Do you still believe I'm mad? Oh. Wait, was Baldwin the guy in the, An Impossible Love? Was that the dude? Wander in the fog. She's the only survivor. What happened to the others? They're all dead. I would like to talk to her. Good afternoon. My name is Johann Kaufman. I'm a doctor. Would you mind if I ask you a few questions? Isn't your text bubble normally red? Please be careful with what you ask. Miss Parnell's state is delicate. I'm perfectly fine and able to talk, sister. Thank you for your consideration. Now, doctor, I understand that you want me to repeat my story. I'd be thankful to hear it, indeed. I'll stay outside if you need me. You'll be great help. Thank you, sister. I'm a sane woman, doctor, in complete control of my mind and reason. You do not dare to question it. I certainly won't. Then I will commence. I woke up in the dark. The room was small, so narrow that I could touch the wooden walls just by raising my elbows. Where were you? Can you recognize the place? I couldn't tell at first. For a moment, a most dreadful thought crossed my mind. What if I'd been buried alive? That's a really common theme for this game, I would like to say. Birds and being buried alive. When I got out, I found myself in my parents' house. I hadn't been there since they sent me to school. Were your parents there? Did you see anyone there? Your parents or maybe someone you know? No, they were not in the house, nor were there any servants I had known in the years of my childhood. I was alone. I could feel the humid air on my skin and could smell the scent of a long time abandoned. I walked the rooms and settled by the silence. The place had a bleak feel of a ruin. Then I saw someone. In the opposite end of the corridor, an old woman stared at me. Did you talk to her? I tried to, but she did not answer, and she walked away when I tried to get closer. I followed her through the back alley into the streets. I got lost in the burg of Aberdeen. The streets were deserted, and a thick fog covered everything. I thought I'd see the old woman through the fog once or twice, but they could have been just shadows. Did you see anyone? So the city was empty? No, not completely. I met some people, vagabonds. One of them was a priest. I remember novelists and a boy, too. Tell me about the priest. The priest, where did you meet him? I met him in a stable. Good Lord, he said mass there, among the beasts. Could you imagine the profanity? Tell me about the novelist. The woman had never written a word. She created only in her mind, you know. She could tell the story sentences by sentence with perfect precision. I could even hear a piece of her last works. What was the piece about? Do you remember anything about the novelist's work? Yes, the piece she told me was something like, the shadows of the past soon melt within land that loved silence. Through the fog they walked, they found themselves lost. Hoping for a sign from their gods, they set camp down on the beach where 30 birds awaited to meet their crowned. So the boy, what about him? I came across an abandoned carriage. The horse was long dead with its bones still harnessed to the cart. There's a young man petting the carcass of the animal. That's disturbing. Did you talk to the boy? He was deaf, but I think he could read my lips. When he spoke, he did it with a clear accent. He said he could only listen to the songs of the departed. What happened then? As I walked the fog and denser, I could barely see anything around. I finally met the old woman. She didn't say anything, but gave me a cardboard card, then left. She gave you a playing card? It was one of those used to tell fortunes. There was a drawing on it of a veiled person holding a lamp. Then the mist seemed to clear out and I could finally see. What could you see? A barren land bathed in roaring waves. There were thousands of birds, and then I suddenly realized there was something else. What is it? It was there. It looked at me. The burning dark inside, the shaking, the scream. That vision that I cannot understand. What is it, Doctor? Have I finally lost my strength of mind? I believe your story. I believe you. I'm sure what you lived was real. I'm afraid that I currently lack any proof that can confirm your account. I'm sorry. I should leave. Thank you for your time. Wait, Doctor, there's something else to say. When I first woke here, there was something beside me. Would this be proof enough? It looks like a tarot card. What the fuck? Okay. Okay, so maybe I am right. That, like... Okay, so, like, the father did experiments to try and recreate someone seen behind the veil. That's why he had all those patients that were kind of going crazy because they were being subjected to this experiment. She basically said the same thing that we had. Because she thought she was in a coffin, but she left whatever the tight place was, and she was in someplace completely different. That's what happened to us, or at least to Jeremiah, when he was in the coffin. He went to London, somehow, but then he was actually found by the sisters? So in some way, DeVitt had a hallucination. That's why we were able to talk to Alexander the first time, but he was unresponsive the second time you met him. This is so intense, man. Oh, this is so many people. Who am I? He does not look dead, but just asleep. I barely knew him, busy as he was traveling the world. I wanted to talk to people, but okay. What would be of a man with no aspirations for the other side to inspire or lead him? I guess I'll still talk to them. I knew it would come to this. Your father was a terrible mess of a man. I'm only grateful that he brought you to our home. Soon enough, not long after you were born, I hold no doubt that you will learn from his bad example and grow to be a righteous gentleman. What could there be greater than the efforts of mortals to rise from their miserable condition? Wait, am I their son? We'll speak later, young man. We're busy. This is so sad. He was most dearest to me. You know, your father was a complicated man. He had a strong character and was as stubborn as a mule when he had taken a determination. He believed he had a mission in this world, though I'm not sure he knew exactly what it was. That which avoids description, the unknown, provides men with reasons to exist. This is an obscure domain, its secrets taken by man from the silence of nature and death. You're the young Beechworth, is that right? Your father left you everything, Anthony. Wait! Am I, what, Anthony Beechworth Jr.? The house, the accounts, and all of his belongings for you to receive when you come of age. He is very specific in his testament, though, that you should receive this promptly. His personal book log. Yay. These are the memories of my life, my research and knowledge of the other side. Use them wisely, son. Huh. So I wonder... I wonder if Anthony Jr., because that's basically what his name is, I wonder if Anthony's going to try and save everyone. Because it seems like, so if there's 4 of us and one of them has already been crossed out from the giant list that was stuffed into the father's stomach, one of the 4 witnesses is already dead. Probably dead long before all this happened. Anthony hung himself in suicide because he couldn't take what was happening anymore, and I don't think he was mentally or physically or spiritually strong enough to take it. So now he's passed that burden on to his son if he wishes to, I guess, go forth and slay evil. Jeremiah forgot about everything for some reason, was called back into the fray with Anthony's passing. I can't think of why Anthony would do that, unless Anthony thought and believed that Jeremiah could somehow stop this. But clearly that's not what's going to be happening, because Jeremiah has already decided to join the cult. Alexander, I think, was long gone off far off the deep end, because he was working with Anthony as far as trying to find this veil and see what was behind it, but Anthony was terrified of what was there. Alexander just wanted to see it. And I think the extra people that we see with the masks in the golden robe, because when we were in that room the second time near the end, those people weren't in there. They were there at the beginning scene, but not the ending scene. I think those are other people who have tried to see beyond the veil and have died. Or, no, that makes sense. Just that they saw what was back there, was like, okay, cool, and then died. Whether it's from shock, horror, or possibly the thing that's beyond that veil, I'm not really sure. But this is getting weird. And I have to say, I'm enjoying this more, mainly for the fact of A, I'm actually figuring out the puzzles a lot easier than the first time I did this, but B, since I'm playing this all pretty quickly, I'm understanding the story a lot more clearly. The first time I played this, I was confused, even up to this point. Well, because one, they didn't have these extra games here. I don't remember ever playing those. But two, since I'm playing everything so close in order, everything's still fresh in my mind, and I can go, oh, this makes sense, this makes sense, this makes sense. And I can more starting to piece together what's happening. So that is the end for Jeremiah's story, because Jeremiah has now seen beyond the veil. He's with Alexander. They're going to go summon or worship or whatever this creature that's back there. In season 2 is when we start actually playing as the Doctor. Now, I'm not fully sure what his story is, because I think I stopped playing on the second or third episode of season 2. Because like I said, there's this point where I was getting frustrated and flustered because I couldn't figure out the puzzles, and it was like an ever-expanding world. I think the second season, each chapter is just like shockingly longer than the first season. So second season might be the start where I break all the episodes up to half hour. We'll just see. But I'm excited! I want to see where this is going! So thank you all so much for watching. My name is Tunga90. And remember, my friends, just stay animated. Have a good whatever it is, and for the love of God, don't go beyond the veil. Nothing good happens back there. Nothing good.